When dealing with site lighting poles that require separation of 480-volt fixture power, and camera signal conductors, several solutions can address inspection concerns and maintain safety. Firstly, consider using a split pole. A split pole has two distinct compartments, one dedicated to the 480-volt fixture power and the other for the camera power and signal wiring. This physical separation ensures that the high voltage and low voltage systems remain isolated, meeting the inspector's requirement for distinct wiring pathways. 480-volt conductors can run loose within their designated compartment, while the camera power and signal conductors are contained within their respective side. Secondly, explore the use of a waterproof junction box. Install a waterproof junction box at the top of the pole to serve as the transition point between the ENT conduits and the camera connections. This junction box provides a secure and weatherproof enclosure for making the necessary connections, preventing exposure to the elements and maintaining electrical safety. It eliminates the need for cutting a handhole in the pole, preserving its structural integrity and appearance. The ENT conduits terminate inside the junction box, and appropriate connectors are used to transition to the camera's wiring. Thirdly, consider running the camera power and signal conductors in a separate raceway entirely. This raceway can be installed alongside the ENT conduits carrying the 480-volt power or buried underground, depending on the site conditions and design requirements. By maintaining a completely separate pathway for the camera wiring, you avoid any potential interaction or interference with the high-voltage system within the pole. This approach simplifies the wiring at the top of the pole, as only the 480-volt conductors need to be addressed there. When selecting a solution, it's crucial to consider factors such as site conditions, budget constraints, and the specific requirements of the camera system being installed. Always consult with a qualified electrical engineer or contractor to ensure that the chosen solution complies with all applicable electrical codes and safety standards. The National Electrical Code, or NEC, provides comprehensive guidelines for electrical installations, including those involving site lighting and low-voltage systems. Refer to the NEC for specific requirements related to conductor sizing, overcurrent protection, grounding, and separation of different voltage systems. For instance, Article 300.3 C1 states that conductors of different systems shall be in separate raceways, cables, or enclosures. This rule reinforces the need for physical separation between the 480-volt power and the camera's low-voltage wiring. Article 314 addresses junction boxes, conduit bodies, and handhole enclosures. It provides requirements for their installation, support, and accessibility. Ensure that any junction box used at the top of the pole is appropriately sized and rated for the environment it will be exposed to. Article 410 covers luminaires, lamp holders, and lamps. It includes requirements for the wiring and support of lighting fixtures, as well as for the protection of conductors from physical damage. Pay close attention to the requirements for the 480-volt fixture wiring within the pole. When running conductors in ENT conduit, it's important to follow the full requirements outlined in Chapter 9 of the NEC. These requirements specify the maximum number of conductors that can be installed in a given size of conduit. Overfilling a conduit can lead to overheating and insulation damage, posing a safety hazard. Proper grounding is essential for all electrical systems, including site lighting. Article 250 of the NEC provides comprehensive requirements for grounding and bonding. Ensure that the pole itself is properly grounded to provide a low impedance path for fault current. The grounding conductor should be sized according to the requirements of the NEC based on the size of the largest ungrounded conductor in the circuit. Overcurrent protection is another critical aspect of electrical safety. Article 240 of the NEC covers overcurrent protection devices, such as circuit breakers and fuses. Ensure that the 480-volt fixture circuit is properly protected with an overcurrent device of the correct size and type. The overcurrent device should be sized to protect the conductors from overload in short-circuit conditions. In addition to the NEC, local electrical codes may have additional requirements for site lighting installations. Check with the local electrical inspector to ensure that the chosen solution complies with all applicable codes and regulations. Proper documentation is essential for any electrical installation. Keep detailed records of the wiring diagrams, equipment specifications, and inspection reports. This documentation will be helpful for future maintenance and troubleshooting. When working with electrical systems, always follow safe work practices. To energize circuits before working on them, and use appropriate personal protective equipment such as insulated gloves and safety glasses. Never work on electrical systems when you are tired or distracted. If you are not qualified to work on electrical systems, hire a licensed electrician to do the work. They have the knowledge and experience to safely install and maintain electrical systems. Regular maintenance is essential for ensuring the continued safe and reliable operation of site lighting systems. Inspect the poles, fixtures, and wiring on a regular basis and make any necessary repairs or replacements. Pay close attention to the condition of the wiring insulation as it can degrade over time due to exposure to the elements. Replace any damaged or worn wiring promptly. Consider using LED lighting fixtures for site lighting applications. LED fixtures are more energy efficient than traditional lighting fixtures, and they have a longer lifespan. This can save you money on energy costs and maintenance costs. LED fixtures are also more environmentally friendly as they do not contain mercury or other hazardous materials. When installing LED fixtures, be sure to follow the manufacturer's instructions carefully. Proper installation is essential for ensuring the safe and reliable operation of the fixtures. Also consider the use of photocells or timers to control the operation of the site lighting. Photocells automatically turn the lights on at dusk and off at dawn, while timers allow you to schedule the lights to turn on and off at specific times. This can help to save energy and reduce light pollution. When selecting photocells or timers, be sure to choose models that are rated for outdoor use. These models are designed to withstand the elements and provide reliable operation. In addition to the technical aspects of site lighting, it's also important to consider the aesthetic aspects. Choose lighting fixtures that are appropriate for the site and that complement the surrounding architecture. Consider the color and intensity of the light, as well as the direction in which it is aimed. Proper lighting can enhance the safety and security of a site, while also creating a more attractive and inviting environment. When designing a site lighting system, it's important to consider the needs of all users of the site, including pedestrians, cyclists, and motorists. Provide adequate lighting for walkways, parking areas, and roadways. Avoid glare that can impair vision and create safety hazards. Consider the use of shielded lighting fixtures to reduce light pollution and prevent light from shining into adjacent properties. Also, consider the impact of the lighting on wildlife. Avoid using lighting that can disrupt the natural behavior of animals. Use low-intensity lighting and shielded fixtures to minimize the impact on wildlife. When designing a site lighting system, it's important to consider the long-term cost of operation and maintenance. Choose energy-efficient lighting fixtures and controls to minimize energy costs. Use durable materials and construction techniques to reduce maintenance costs. Regular maintenance is essential for ensuring the continued safe and reliable operation of the system. Consider the use of a lighting management system to monitor and control the operation of the site lighting. Lighting management systems can provide real-time information on the status of the lighting, and they can be used to automatically adjust the lighting levels based on occupancy or time of day. This can help to save energy and reduce operating costs. When selecting a lighting management system, be sure to choose a model that is compatible with the existing lighting infrastructure. The system should be easy to use and maintain, and it should provide comprehensive reporting capabilities. In conclusion, designing and installing a site lighting system requires careful planning and attention to detail. Consider the technical aspects of the system, such as the wiring, grounding, and overcurrent protection. Also consider the aesthetic aspects of the system, such as the choice of lighting fixtures and the direction in which the light is aimed. By following these guidelines, you can create a safe, efficient, and attractive site lighting system. Remember to consult with qualified professionals and adhere to all applicable codes and regulations. This ensures a successful and compliant installation. Remember also that changes and amendments to the NEC happen regularly, and it is important to stay up to date with latest rulings so that installations can be done in a safe and compliant manner. Furthermore, manufacturers also release technical bulletins and guidance that must be heeded. Electrical installations can be inherently dangerous if not carried out in accordance to specifications and latest practices. Ensure that your working knowledge is up to date before undertaking electrical work. A combination of theoretical knowledge and practical experience helps with electrical installations, troubleshooting and maintenance. Safety must always come first for the installer and those who will use the systems installed. If unsure, hire a professional. Finally, remember that proper documentation, labeling, and record keeping will help with future maintenance.